Hey, gym owners, welcome. Good to have you in the room. So, today we're going to go through hiring your first employee and some of the things that we need to have in place in order to truly understand the frameworks, the principles, and equally just give you a little bit of confidence as to what to do and what not to do. I know that hiring your first employee can be quite scary. So the aim here really is just to try and think, well, how can we remove fears? How we can give you some real good confidence as to how we're going to approach these conversations and ultimately set them up for success and yourself. So let's get started. First thing I need you to do is I need you to go in and spend some time here. So you are going to need to pause this video and work through each one of these things as we go through it. As we've always said, a lot of what we do here within the network is not about me just lecturing, but largely you guys going and doing the work, okay? So being able to take the information that I'm sharing with you and go and implement, so hence why a lot of these things I'm going to do with you guys is all about implementation. So first thing, I need you to really come to terms with what your fears are, okay? Maybe I need you to go down to, I'm not going to have enough work for them. All right? That might be something. What if they're not of value? Okay? What if they're not the right fit? All these things. I need you to write down all the fears that you might have in your mind as to why they are there. Okay? The next thing is I want you to be like, hey, well, what are you most excited about? So take a second, pause, and give me 3 to 5 or more things that you're most excited about as to hiring this first employee. What does it allow you to do? All right. This is going to be the next one, is how will it allow you to accelerate the business? Okay. So by having them coach an extra 10 hours a week, that allows us to have an extra, let's say 30 members on our books. How would an extra 30 members impact the bottom line, right? Oh, it's going to allow us to grow by 30 members at an average yield of £200, which means we get to be 6K up per month, right? Which means that we can grow the business by another 72K a year, for example. So let's utilize each one of these boxes as a means to really paint the scene as to where we're going. Right, so once we start to do that, all right, we really need to get that into place. And you'll notice how through the exercises, we can start to get rid of some of those fears. So the next is then the job advert, okay? So we're going to go to market. Here's an example of the ones that we did for March on when we went out for a head of marketing or a coach or what have you. This is how we put it out on socials. If we wanted to put it out via email, we might do it slightly differently. An email could just be this first one here, this first slide over here. Okay, slide number 1. All right. So this should go out via socials, email, even any members, WhatsApp group or Facebook group. It's really important that we look within our community, and oftentimes the potential candidate is actually staring you right in the face. One rule of thumb, just so we're clear, you should be always hiring. You should always be hiring. You should always have your eyes on potential coaches. You should always be cultivating and developing relationships. What does that mean? Even at your local Pure Gym, there's probably one good trainer in there is just doing enough, but just doing it on their own. We might want to create a relationship with that person, even if it's just a cool colleague, a cool peer within the fitness industry. But maybe, just maybe, one day they'll be like, you know what, I'm bored, I'm alone, I feel lonely, I want to be part of a team, I want to be part of something bigger than myself, I'd love to contribute to the wider picture. That's a great opportunity to go, you know what, I'm ready for you. This is how we go. All right. So the copy that will go out with this email. Okay. So use this for inspo, change it how you see fit. XGym, so change that, is currently on the lookout for another incredible human to join our coaching team. Our gym is growing fast and we need to add to our team and help us. And then I need you to insert your local mission statement. Okay. So what is that? Our gym, we're looking to add to our team to help us dominate Brighton, to help us be the beacon of health and fitness in Brighton, for example. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do to try and really weed out some of the people that we don't want to attract. The right candidate needs to share the similar values or the following values. People person. You love people, people love you, and you love helping people grow and succeed. So one of the biggest things that I want you to resonate with is this type of person. One of the best hires you can make for your gym is just someone who's warm, who has all the skills that we might want to think about as a great human being, not as a great coach. We can teach them how to coach. Through the PFCA, we can educate them. We can do whatever we need to do. But what we really need to do is make sure they have a great personality, because if they don't have a great personality, they're not going to come onto a team, all right? You love training. So this person, they need to love training. So this is our way of kind of going, hey, I don't need you to look a certain way. This is me not saying like you need to be an Instagram model or anything like that. This is me, i.e. you, this is you going, fitness is a part of your life. You believe in fitness. You believe that there is value in doing the thing each day. There is value in struggle. There is value in discomfort, because that's what we need to do. In fact, I actually don't want the most jacked person in my gym, but nor do I want someone who doesn't value fitness at all. I want someone who values fitness, so on the jack side. I want someone who values fitness, but is relatable, so that my members, the people who I attract to my gym, they relate. They relate. That's really, really important. You love being part of a team and contributing to a team. Massive, right? Most trainers struggle because it is a isolating, lonely job or career path, right? Sole trader, trying to get a few clients leave you at certain times of the year, and what are we doing? Where are we going? And at some point, we're like, don't know if I want to open up a gym. I don't want to go online. Now what, right? Being able to contribute to a team and be part of a team is a huge attracting factor to this potential coach, right? The next one, you have an attention to detail. You care about how every detail plays an important role in someone's experience. Attention to detail is super, super important. From the way we write programs to the way we greet people, everything. It's so powerful, right? And then the final bit is you want to grow and you want to be led, right? You're humble enough to want to come in, keep that white belt mentality and be coached, be guided. You're hungry to go above and beyond and develop yourself and in turn impact our community through continued growth. Purely by looking at what we've just done there, already we've set a tone for who we want to come in. I will tell you now that others will read that and go, that's a bit much. That's a bit much to ask me. Good. You don't fit in my gym. Right. Then, what the job includes. Full-time salary, paid holiday, continued CPD, rapid personal development, and being part of a team. Tell me that doesn't sound like a great offer. One of the rules of attracting great staff is making the offer attractive. That's an attractive offer. It's not just the full-time salary. and it's not the paid holiday, the other things really matter. And if you, gym owner, are in fact someone who is awesome to work for, they get to work for you. And that's going to be one of the most attractive pieces of this puzzle. Salary is dependent on experience, which is fine. Please apply by sending a cover letter, a cover video no longer than 2 minutes, to emails@yourgym.com, whatever it is, right? Make sure to change that. Deadline is X. Give them 7 to 10 days to apply. Please share this to anyone you feel would be incredible assets to the team. And this final piece is really important. If you're looking for your first employee and you're at a stage where you feel like you've tried to find more experienced people and you need to start at the green level, so real newbie, we can do that. We can educate them. We can get them qualified through the PFCA. That's fine. But ultimately, we need to bring them on. We need to find the right characteristics, the right charisma, the right character. Okay? Cool. So that's the copy. Then, bonus. What to do if the person is not level 3 qualified? Just have them sign up to the PFCA level 3. I will give you a discount for that. The fear with that, okay, is this. You need to have a little bit of a contract so that they don't just take the piss, come in, get a free course, leave you. They go, set up a PT business around the corner, thank you to you, right? So a little contract says, XGym will fund your PT certification at a value of 1,999. Should you leave or be asked to leave within the first 3 months, this is 80% is owed back. Should you leave within 6 months, 40% will be owed. And should you remain part of the team after 12 months, nothing will be owed to the gym. All right. So that's just a little bit of a contractual agreement based on the investment that you're going to make to them, which that, if you do your job right, you'll see a return of your investment massively. Okay. Let's say that allows you to grow by another 40 members because we can serve another 40 people, right? And let's say a course costs, I don't know, a membership in your gym costs an average of 200. All right. We will make that money back in no time, in absolutely no time. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everyone? Okay. If you can serve 40 more members at £200, that's $8,000 a month. $2,000 looks like a very small investment, if you ask me. All right, so the interview. This is where we get all our knickers in a twist. Okay. Ultimately, I just need you to lead. I need you to ask questions, and I need you to listen. Okay. So let's dive in. Right. Phase 1. If we feel that we want to get them on an invite call, all right, this is what it looks like. Thank you for your application. The following points really stood out to me. Insert 3 things you liked. I'm interested to find out more about your story and why now is the time for you to apply for the role at X Gym. Would tomorrow be a convenient time for a Zoom call? Okay, so that invite is really cool. This 3 things thing is really important. Okay, it says that I noticed you. I see you. You bring something unique. It's important. It's important. Okay, serious comms. Then you do the Zoom call. Allow for the conversation to flow naturally. There's no need for cringy interview questions. The amount of gym owners that ask me, what questions should I ask on the interview? Don't make it about these weird questions, all right? Make it about your intuition. Trust your gut. Empower yourself as a leader of yourself and of others. Kind of go, I like that person. I like that vibe. My gut, I've got a good gut feeling about this person, rather than worrying about questions and not being present in this moment. So, pre-frame the next questions as being direct, but very useful from a position of transparency between us and how the business could potentially serve you. So, this is how we would say it. The following questions may seem very direct, but they are extremely useful. These will allow a level of honesty and transparency between us in order to meet you where you're at and be able to serve you. I need to know exactly where you're at in your life, personally, professionally, and financially. Okay. So why is that necessary? Let's go deeper. First up, personal. All right. How old are you? Are you single or in a relationship? Do you live at home or alone? How would you commute to the gym? How long would it take? What do you currently get paid? What do you need to take home a month in order to pay your bills? Is there anything else I should know? Okay. Those things put us in a position to truly understand a few things. So let's say if this person is 30, that's one end of the spectrum, or 18. Are you single or in a relationship? That gives us a little understanding of where they are in their lives, right? Let's say they live at home. How does that impact where they're at? If they're 30 and they live at home, or if they are 18 and they live at home. How would you commute to the gym? Okay, so that tells us how long would it be, how much would it cost, right? If they're having to take a train all the time, how volatile is that? Should something, let's say the trains be striking, all that kind of stuff, right? What do you currently get paid? So give me a ballpark of where you're at and what your expectations are. This reinforces the point financially. Okay. Some people may be coming from a solid income from a career, but be more than willing to have a drop down in salary just because of the career change. And is there anything else I should know? All right. So now all of a sudden we're getting an opportunity to understand where they are personally, where they are financially, and is there anything else, right? Then, thank you for your application, your time and your honesty. We have a few more applicants to go through, and I'll be in touch regarding the next steps, which will be a potential invite to the facility and a training session led by you to the team. How does that sound? Do you have any questions? Now, the reason why you use that spiel that I just said there, even if you have no other applicants, is so that they feel like they've gone through an application process to get that spot. Okay, so it's really important that gets done. Then, let's say that they were unsuccessful, right? So this candidate was unsuccessful. Okay, do not send them an email. If they were unsuccessful, let them know, because it looks really unprofessional if you leave them hanging. Now, they might be unsuccessful, but worthwhile keeping on the books tabs. Keep that a note, and this email is really important. Equally, if they were never going to be a candidate and they were really, really bad, that's okay as well. Still send the email. Hey, Naeem, thank you for your time the other day. Unfortunately, your application was unsuccessful on this occasion. With your permission, may we please keep your application on file should we have a place for you in the future. Okay, simple. But what if the candidate was successful? Okay, hey, Naeem, congratulations. You've been successful on phase 1, right? So that pre-frames that like there's work to be done. You got to earn your seat on my team, right? The harder someone works for something, the more valuable it feels. Phase 1 of our interview process to find our next coach. The next phase is to have you attend a session at Extreme and take myself and a couple of members, right? If it's your first employee, it's going to be you and maybe like a trusted member, maybe one of your members who you're really close with, through a workout plan that you have written. Please will respond with all your available times next week within X times of the day. So let's say dead times during the day, quiet time, can they come in, see you do the thing, and ultimately the next phase of the interview process. So then they're going to do the in-person session. Pre-frame to the candidate what you're looking for. Remember, they'll be nervous as fuck. So set the bar low and make the intentions clear. I can't stress that enough. It is a very, very nerve-wracking experience for these people, okay? Do not set them up for failure, all right? They will fail, all right? You need to drop your expectations down a lot in terms of what you do and what you deliver, because this is your first employee. All I want you to do, and this is why you kind of want to have many people go through this one thing, this interview process, so you can see the different levels. What I want you to look for is communication style and attention to detail and just energy, okay? There might be technical things like how you coach a deadlift, or why did you put a kettlebell swing with that? There might be technicalities that in fact, they don't know any different because no one's ever taken the time to teach them, right? They did a shit PT course. They haven't come through PFCA education. How are they to know? Don't judge them on that. Judge them on their ability to just deliver, okay? And if we can come at them from a technical standpoint, that's a good thing because it means there's room to grow. And you, as a mentor to this first employee, that's a viable route for them. Okay, so allow the session to run for up to 40 minutes and then wrap up with the following questions. How did you enjoy that? What did you do well? What would you have done differently? That final question is so important because it allows them to immediately go, do you know what, I messed up here. And then I realized I messed up and I was like, what do I do now? And it's so important. It's so important. Allow them to share how they would have done differently rather than you tell them rather than you say it to them first. Because that's not a good mark. Okay? Then go, thank you for your time and commitment. We have 2 more practical interviews. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. To go through and we'll be in touch in the next few days. Okay? Then the job offer email. If it's successful, hey name, congratulations. I'd love to offer you a full-time position at X. Please could we jump on a call to discuss salary and timeline before we send an official job offer. This is really important, okay? So we're going to jump on the call, job offer call, okay? So you start off, love that session. How'd you find it? Good. Any further reflections? Oh man, I really wish I didn't do that thing. I told you I made a mistake on. That's fine. You've got the job. Like we want to offer you the job. Congratulations. So I want you to use this call and find out a little bit more about what they need to be financially, where they need to be financially, when they could start, and if there's a notice period on their current employer. So this is kind of where you go, look, you might do this and go, okay, could you just clarify where you need to be financially? And they might say, look, I need to take home something like 1,800 quid a month, right? Let's say that's what they need to do, take home after tax. That allows you an understanding to go back and look at the cost to the business and make sure that we can get there. Now, this is an offer. This is a job offer, all right? This isn't them signing the deal. So this is slightly a bit of a negotiation because it's going to be give or take roughly where we need to be. Let's say if they want to be at 18, we see their value to be up to like $2,000 a month. Financially now, we're at like 1,600. We might say, hey, look, we've got an offer for you. We can get you here for phase 1 with a review within 3 months. And hopefully we can get them there. And then if they do have a positive impact on the business, let's seek to get them here within the next 6 to 12. That's a perfect opportunity. One of the things when it comes to hiring is always have room to grow. Don't hire where you're so maxed out at the top and you've got nowhere to go, okay? So this is the official offer. We're very excited to meet you and have been impressed by you. We would like to formally offer you the position of ex-coach. This is a full-time position. You'll be reporting to moi. We'll be offering you an annual gross salary of X per annum with an option to review after 12 months. Again, if we say this and we chose to review within 3, that's totally fine. Okay. This includes X days, holidays, and bank holidays. For you, those of you who need an example of a contract, I will give you that as well. Okay. It'll be attached in the file here somewhere. All right, your expected start date is X. Please sign the attached employee contract to formalize your employment. In the meantime, please feel free to contact X via email or phone X should you have any questions. We're looking forward to having you on the team. Okay. What's really important is this having them sign, okay, and sending that back. So we can go, we're in, we're on, we're committed. Okay. Next steps, let your accountant know, notify for payroll, and get them set up on the new starter scheme. Your accountant should know what that is, but those of you who don't know, you can get these documents online, and effectively it's like employee number, passport details, we can get them on, pension, all that kind of stuff. Your accountant should be doing that. And hopefully you're paying your accountant to run payroll as well. Just makes your life a lot easier. Okay, contract. Utilize the contract to make sure you go through all the details to make sure it's yours. You're not just copying. All right. Then pre-start date. This is so important. Get their clothing side for the new merch. Who doesn't love merch day? All right. Kit drop day. We need to make sure that we get that made, the uniform. Okay. And then aim to post their new stash with a welcome to the team card handwritten by you. When we talk about class, this is one of the classiest moves you can make. All right. This is one of the classiest moves you can make. Then now, day one, we get them in the gym. Be sure you get a headshot of them and post all over socials and Facebook groups to celebrate them and show the continued investment made by the business. All right. So, guys, girls, gym owners, that is hiring your first employee. That's everything that you need to do from going to market and bringing them all the way into your house on day one. I will do another video on how we would go ahead and onboard such members of staff. But when it comes to attracting great staff and what the framework is and how to be really professional in every step of the way, this is how we do it. I hope you found that helpful. If you did and you're watching this, make sure that you take a picture, put it on social media, share the love. It has a huge impact on our business and how we grow, because business owners like you are the ones that are leading the charge, which means there's a whole bunch of others looking up to you to do good shit. And hopefully we're the team driving you to do more good shit. All right. Big love. Peace.